You know what YouTube needs? Another cishet white guy talking about religion. Hello everyone, my name is Kevin and this is my new channel where I intend to discuss Christianity, atheism, politics, and pretty much anything else I think is important. Because this channel will be primarily focused on Christianity though, I thought it would be important to define some terms we'll be using going forward. Those of us that are familiar with these types of debates between Christians and atheists understand that Christians and atheists oftentimes will talk past one another because they aren't necessarily on the same page regarding some of the terms that they use. So with that in mind, let's take a moment to define some terms. The first term we'll be defining is theist or theism. Theism is simply the belief in the existence of a god or gods. If you're a Christian, congratulations, you're a theist. If you're a Muslim, you're a theist. If you believe in any sort of God's existence, you're a theist. Secondly, let's define atheism. Atheism, in its most basic form, is simply the lack of a belief in a proposed God. Atheism isn't evil. Atheism isn't satanic. Atheism can't be disproven. Atheism isn't a claim of knowledge. Atheism is simply the lack of belief. For example, I do not believe the Loch Ness Monster exists. That's not to say that I know the Loch Ness Monster doesn't exist. I've never even been to Scotland. Similarly, atheists don't claim to know that any gods don't exist. I don't believe in the Christian God in the same way I don't believe in Santa Claus or ghosts or Bigfoot. If a theist tells you that they can disprove atheism, know that they're either ignorant to what atheism is or they're lying to you. Atheism is simply the lack of a belief in any God. Next up, let's talk about Gnosticism and agnosticism. Gnosticism is the certainty that a god or gods exist. People who claim to be Gnostic are claiming that they are as certain that a God exists as I am that this pen will hit my desk when I drop it. Gnosticism is the knowledge that a God or gods exist, the certainty that a God exists. On the other side of that coin is agnosticism. Agnosticism is the certainty that a God or gods doesn't exist. So let's combine these four terms we've just learned into some analogies. First up, a Gnostic theist is someone who not only believes in a god or gods, but claims to know that their god or gods exist. For example, I know the Loch Ness Monster exists because I've seen it and interacted with it. This type of theist, while not necessarily honest, is the most common. An agnostic theist, on the other hand, is an honest theist who claims to believe in a god, but that they don't know, so they rely on faith. Example, I believe the Loch Ness Monster exists, but I don't know because I've never been to Scotland. This is the most honest form of theism due to the simple fact that if a god or gods exist, they haven't done a great job of giving us proof of their existence. A Gnostic atheist is someone who claims that not only do they not believe in a god or gods, but that they are certain that no gods exist. For example, I am certain that the Loch Ness Monster does not exist because I myself have personally scanned the entire 21.78 acres of Lake Ness, and so I am certain that the Loch Ness Monster is not there. The most common use of this is when an atheist says, I know that the God of the Bible doesn't exist, or I know your God doesn't exist, as a tool to prod the theist into confronting the many contradictions in the Bible. Don't worry, we'll be discussing biblical contradictions on this channel soon enough. Lastly, an agnostic atheist is the category most atheists fall into. An agnostic atheist is someone who does not believe in a god or gods, but doesn't claim to know for certain that no gods exist. Sticking with our Loch Ness Monster analogy, this would be like me saying, I do not believe in the Loch Ness Monster, but I can't say for sure because I've never been to Scotland. Funny thing, in the teleprompter, I misspelled Scotland, despite having spelled it correctly earlier. So, off to a great start. Our final terms we're going to define today is called the burden of proof. This one is real simple, but so many theists tend to get it wrong. The burden of proof is the obligation one has to provide evidence for a positive or negative claim. The burden of proof is always on the person making the positive or negative claim. For example, if I say to you, the Loch Ness Monster is definitely real, then I have given myself the obligation to provide you with the evidence that led me to that conclusion. If a theist tells you, you need proof that God isn't real before you can call yourself an atheist, we know that that's simply incorrect based on the definitions we discussed today. However, if I tell you that I know the God of the Bible doesn't exist, then I have adopted the burden of proof and am obligated to tell you how I know that. So I know it's a short video, but that's pretty much all I have for today. I'm going to use this video as the channel trailer because I know a lot of theists incorrectly use these terms, so I imagine I'll be referencing this video a lot in the future. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Peace.